Hi everyone, I am here with a Tidbit tutorial today. This one is to go over basic measurements for my layering when I make my cards. I had a question from someone who is having a hard time with doing just the basic layering measurements for cards. So this video is to help her out. So hi Donna, and anyone else who may have some questions about measurements. So the trimmer that I am using in this video is the Stampin' Up! Trimmer. So most of them have the same type of measuring, but as you will notice, this one has some little tiny tick marks, which are 16ths of an inch little tick marks. And then you have your eighth, and your quarter, and your half, and your 3/4, and then your full inch there. So just want you to be aware that this does have, the little tiny ones are the 16th of an inch. So when I make my cards, you know, I make a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card. And, you know, that typically looks like this. So this is my 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I mostly do my cards in white, black, or craft colored bases, and I use my first layer is usually a colored matte, so I'm going to go ahead and just use some of this pink paper from Recollections. So the first one I'm going to cut for you is my 1/8 of an inch layering. So here's my cardstock, and I'm going to put this at my 4 1/8, which is right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this. So then my next step is to turn this and do this at 5 3/8. So here's the 5. 1, 2, 3. So there's the 5 3/8. And then that is going to get layered on my card to where there is an 1/8 of an inch of a border all the way around it. And then my patterned paper I cut is going to be 4. So there's my 4. Whoops, I'm trying not to move. I'm using a little tiny tripod. I'm trying not to move it so you guys can see. So my 4, and then I'm going to do 5 1/4, which is going to be right there. So then that is going to get layered right on top. So it's got an 1/8 of an inch all the way around like that. And when I'll zoom out and show you guys the whole piece, but there's your 1/8 of an inch measurements. So the next one I'm going to do is 1/4 of an inch, if you like to use a 1/4 of an inch difference. So here's some more Recollections cardstock, and I'm just going to do this one. This one's going to start at 4 by 5 1/4. So here's my 1/8. Here's my 1/4. And that's going to give me a 1/4 of an inch border around my card. That's going to look like that. And then my pattern paper for that one is going to be cut at 3 3/4, which is right here, by 5. So this is a 1/4 of an inch smaller. And then that's going to be a 1/4 inch smaller than the pink layer that we have going on, and it's going to look like that. So there's your basic trimmer measurements and how to get those. And the same thing applies to a ruler. She asked me about a ruler. I have the Tim Holtz ruler, the clear one. So the measurements for the Tim Holtz ruler, whoopsie, I keep bumping everything, is kind of like this. Let me put a piece of paper behind this. So the measurements for the Tim Holtz ruler, all these little dotted lines that go down, that's your 1/8 of an inch. Your solid lines are your quarters, and then your numbers are obviously your inches. So, you know, if you're going to measure 5 3/4, that's what this is. And then that's 4. So if you're measuring your mats, this one is going to measure the 4 1/8, which is right there. And this is going to be your, oh, this is not the 5 3/8, but there would be your 5 3/8. So, Donna, I hope this helps you with your measuring. I'm going to show you kind of a side-by-side view here of the 1/8 and the 1/4 inch differences for layering. And hope this helps you guys. So I'm actually going to have to pick the camera up for a second, because like I said, it's on this little tiny tripod. So there is your 1/8. And then here is the 1/4. I kind of moved it. So you kind of get the gist of the differences. I hope this helps you guys with your measuring, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!